In this video, we'll be covering creating new distribution rules in your system, customizing your rules with filters and limits, and covering push versus QuickFire Connect distribution methods. Starting from your dashboard, click Settings in the top gradient navigation bar and click the Sales and Marketing Automation dropdown where you will find distribution rules. You will notice some buttons at the top of the page for different distribution functions. Turning any of these buttons on will apply that function across all of your distribution rules. To create a new rule, simply click Create New Rule at the top of the page where we can title the distribution rule something recognizable if you have multiple rules with similar functions. If the rule status is off, then this will not be a live distribution rule. If multiple rules apply to an incoming record at the same time due to overlapping rules, the first rule that the record applies to will complete the distribution. Next, we will choose our distribution method. In Shape, there are two ways to distribute records, either push or QuickFire Connect. Pull or cherry picking method can be done without a distribution rule and instructing your users to use the record pool to claim unassigned records. The push method will auto-assign round robin to the distribution recipients. Your recipients can be individual users or an entire department depending on the intended workflow. The QuickFire Connect method will notify the recipients defined in the QuickFire rule via a phone notification. This can be either a first come first serve method or round robin. This will round robin for 10 seconds to the recipients defined in the QuickFire Connect rule until the notification is accepted. When you choose QuickFire Connect, the recipient options are slightly different than push. Your recipient options will pull from your QuickFire rules that you created in the Manage QuickFire Connect settings pages. You can also adjust the distribution order, either oldest or newest first, as well as apply this distribution rule to imported records. Use the Excluded Sources field to add sources that you do not want to be included in this distribution rule. This is useful if you have a rule set to send to one specific user or group and do not want that source to be distributed by other rules. Distribution caps allow administrators to set caps on users within the rule and can be set as an overall cap for all recipients on the rule or custom based on the individual recipient users. Adding hours of distribution to your rule comes into play with peak lead inquiry hours and normal hours of operation. An example being, you may want to route your business hours leads to all available users, whereas after hours you may have a particular team that is able to follow up on new records. Or you want after hours leads to come in unassigned and be cherry picked or manually assigned by a manager or admin. Add filters to route specific records to specific users. An example, if you have conditions that are filtered by California as the state and purchased as the marketing source, then a record that is not in California and from the purchase marketing source will not be distributed in this rule. You can add redistribution rules to make sure that your hot leads are getting worked in a timely manner. Choose the amount of time that will pass before redistributing. You can set this to specific minutes, hours, or days. You can have your rule follow the user's state eligibility if your users are licensed in different states. This will exclude any leads coming from this rule to be distributed to users not licensed in the state of that record. Once you have finished your rule and set the rule to on, you can click and drag your rules to reorder them. Shape will run new leads through the top rule first and on down until the lead has successfully been assigned. If you have any further questions regarding distributing leads in your system, please do not hesitate to contact our dedicated support team by emailing support@setshape.com.